Well, for one thing, I miss getting food with friends and family. I also miss being able to go out in the middle of the night for a walk, which isn't really possible in Germany.
I'm based in Munich, Germany.
I'm currently in Charleston, South Carolina.
I'm currently living in Berlin, Germany.
I'm actually based in Toronto, in Canada.
Munich, Germany?
I currently live in Houston, Texas.
I've been in Germany since September last year.
I have been in the States for about 12 years now, having come here for studies and stayed on for work.
I've been here for about a year and I'm working in the tech industry.
I've already been here for 3.5 years, and I first arrived here in December 2016, which was like literally 10 days after my ORD date.
1 year and 9 months.
I've been away from Singapore for the last 27 years.
So like 24-hour supermarkets, 30 GB data plans, hawker centers. Yes, definitely hawker centers. Because they exist here, but the variety and the tastiness and the accessibility in Singapore is just totally incomparable.
In this small town, I miss the convenience of the amenities and services I had back home, from the mass network of public transportation to the 24-hour hawker centers that guaranteed I had cheap, good food all day and all night.
Well, what I miss of Singapore is really the efficiency of the services and the great quality of the services as well. So for instance, in Singapore, like when you go to a restaurant, at the banks, like the service there are really great. I mean, like compared to service here in Germany, you can really see the drastic difference. That's the first thing. And the second thing, I really miss the accessibility of food, especially at the bus interchange. Like I can buy fishball, mee-hoon noodle, etc. And that's something that I really miss.
Family and friends. And when I say friends, I mean my JC classmates, my secondary school classmates, my BMP bunkmates, my army platoon mates, where these guys, we still keep in touch. Our WhatsApp groups are still active, and whenever I'm back in town for whatever short trips I have, we meet often over makan and drink sessions. But apart from that, what I feel I miss is the efficiency in Singapore. If I want to get any official work done, or if I want to retrieve any official documents, everything is just a SingPass click away. But over here, things are still old school, things are still traditional. They take time to get done.
Well, for one thing, I miss getting food with friends and family. I also miss being able to go out in the middle of the night for a walk, which isn't really possible in Germany.
I miss all the foods of Singapore, not just the dishes, but walking past a hawker center and enjoying the sights, sounds, and smells that represent Singapore.
Cai peng and roti prata, aka Asian flat croissant.
My favorite food that I have not had for a while now is the breakfast fried bee-hoon that I could get from downstairs of my parents' HDB flat.
Well, the food that I miss from Singapore got to be my mom's home-cooked food. I would say that her standard is really Zhicha standard, well, but my mom disagreed. And here's a little message to my mom. 妈妈好想念你煮的菜，就是有三八白带、卤鸭肉、那个蒸冬菇鸡蛋、炒豆芽，还有很多很多。
Roti prata, murtabak, roti john. Oh damn, now you're already getting me hungry just as I saying that. I mean, this list will just keep going on and on.
For snacks, you have all the different kuehs like Hangku kueh, onde, kueh lapis. For durians, how can I miss durians? Hands down, durians, I miss that a lot. If you ask me for food that I miss from home, the list will just keep going on and on. Like there is no end to the list of food that I miss from there. You gotta be kidding me.
Roti prata, egg McMuffins, and fried bee-hoon.
When anyone mentions the foods of Singapore, the first thing that comes to mind is mee goreng, followed by the kuehs from my favorite store, Bengawan Solo. And last but not the least, I really miss the taste and smell of fresh durians.
For the next decade, I hope that Singapore continues to nurture its talents in not just the academics, but also the artists, the makers, and the dreamers.
In the coming years, I hope that Singapore can pull itself out of the recession that has been caused by the COVID-19 crisis with a healthy and happy population.
Well, my wish for Singapore in the coming decade is number 1, to wish that it continue to prosper. Number 2 is basically wishing that it continue to maintain a racial harmony. And last but not least, continue to maintain its excellent world-class education standards.
I aspire Singapore to be a place where one is able to critically think about certain issues that affects the society without fearing about being figuratively slapped on later on for expressing his or her views. On the other hand, what I aspire Singapore to be is a country that embraces modernity, not at the expense of its kampong spirit or sacrificing the entire genesis that got us moving from a third world country to where we are right now today.
More unity within diversity, a greater acceptance of what is traditionally not the norm.
Well, I hope that Singapore comes out on top after this pandemic and we become stronger than ever as a community and as a country.
I wish Singapore and my fellow Singaporeans good health, happiness, prosperity, and every success.
Thank you, Singapore, for all the things that you have provided and providing me a safe place to call home. And 2 things I really appreciate is number 1, the meritocratic system in Singapore, and number 2 is basically how much foresight there are in the leaders. For instance, like in retraining individuals who may be out of job, as well as to provide skill future program, enabling Singaporeans to basically learn throughout their life journey.
Some of us may have grown up in a landed property, some of us may have grown up in a HDB flat. Nevertheless, there can't be a better start to our mornings than with a cup of teh or kopi from a kopitiam that is served alongside with slices of kaya toast. In other words, never ever take our unity in diversity for granted.
Singapore, I may be away from you, but I left a part of my heart with you. You never fail to amaze me.
Happy birthday, Singapore!
Happy birthday, Singapore! Majulah Singapura!
生日快乐，新加坡！
Happy 55th National Day, Singapore. Forward is the only way we will go. Majulah Singapura.
Happy 55th birthday, Singapore.
Majulah Singapura.
Thanks for staying till the end and watch this video. If you enjoy it, give a thumbs up as well as to share with your friends this video. And for related video, click on the left for the other videos, particularly on the National Pledge video. Bye guys!